Hello everyone, welcome back. This is I Say Cosm. Today we're playing Dredge. We're getting pretty close to the end of this game, I think. So, right now we're in the Devil's Spine. And I was just around having a look, and I found this little dock. Other updates that have occurred since. We captured every fish! Yay! Even the exotic ones. Which were pretty easy. You just had to be able to find them. And I got pretty lucky with some of them. I happened across them during my travels. The other thing is, I think we've done most of these. I just need to find one more tablet, which I'm hoping might be in here. Check the left wall. These paintings depict the birth of a civilization. A great beacon of light is shown repelling a tentacled figure emerging from the sea. Am I panicking? In the dim light of the cave, you can make out some paintings on both walls. Check the right wall. These paintings depict the fall of a civilization. A volcanic eruption tears through a tall lighthouse. Monstrous shapes devour people as buildings turn to ruin. And here we go. You climb the many steps leading up to the ancient lighthouse. At its base is a solid stone door. Well then. I guess I'd better find that tablet. We just need one more piece. A sudden chill rushes through the marrow of your bones, searching up your arm, your neck. A deep vision enters your mind. Blackness. A crimson rift opens in the void. Dreadful silhouettes drift through in a procession of teeth and tentacles. After the last grotesque figure emerges, a membrane spreads over the fissure. A distant groan emanates from the space beyond. No, thank you. Ah. Well, this looks like a research component. We'll still take it anyway. Ah, tablet. Awesome. Alright, here we go. Places it alongside the others. He turns them over and arranges them together into a square. On the undersides of the tablets, new glyphs begin to form, casting an eerie light onto the low ceiling. Yes. Go on. He begins transcribing the glyphs onto an old scrap of parchment. Each stroke appears to demand excruciating concentration. After a few minutes, he puts down his pen and reads aloud. When the sky mistakes the stars and the air grows thick with night, the deep will open its scars. Protect us, O guiding light. I only know of one guiding light, but these tablets predate the lighthouse at Great Amaro by centuries. The fragments are fused together now. Why don't you take this back? In theory, they should be open. Oh, they should open a lock somewhere, but where? We know where. The carving shows a swarm of small fish around their boats. The ravenous children. Alone they are nothing, together they summon her. Beneath these words, somebody's added a crudely scratched note. Do not let them grip you. Burn them away. Large eyeless beast. The carving is of a large fish with crossed out eyes, the unseeing mother. When the starving cannot eat, she approaches. Beneath these words, somebody's added a crudely scratched note. Blind but can hear her children. Avoid at all costs. Yeah. The carving shows a bubbling vent underwater. The breath of salvation. It burns those that mean harm. Only the pure remain. Beneath these words, somebody has added a crudely scratched note. Protection. Follow the magma. Find them. Well, that part I didn't know. I guess that's why they all scattered. Let's have a look at the left statue. The statue holds a stone crucible. It's empty. Okay. Fanatic. I'm listening. The rite of purification is overdue. Are you ready to begin? The trial begins immediately. Tell me, what does your spirit seek? Emptiness. Yes, a pure vessel. Only those devoid of mortality can ascend past it. And your flesh, what does it crave? The sting of the salt. Pain is a trick of the flesh. Finally, what does the world deserve? Nothing. Exactly. And yet it takes endlessly. Harvesting, draining, but soon it will know that it has taken too much. It is already too late. The trial is concluded. You still have much to learn, but that knowledge will be delivered to you in time. Now, your role, as my initiate, is to act as herald of the purge. Just as I was for the one before me. The nearby spires blaze with eternal fire. Yet the stone hearts of these three idols lie barren and void. Retrieve 3 fathomless flames from the crags behind us and ignite the crucibles. Visit the shrines of the deep. I will mark them. They will offer further guidance, and I must provide no more. Is this our last pursuit? It is. Alright. You brilliant son of a bee. We don't need that. We do need this though. That's one. What is this thing? Oh, it goes here? I'm not sure what that does. The fanatic awaits. The flames are lit. Ah, I can feel it. The chill of the deep touches us now. It is time. Come. You follow him up the steps of the temple. At the top is a black stone altar. Stacked high upon the altar are layers of dark, damp wood. He pulls an antique pocket watch from inside his robe. Droplets of sea spray crackle and seethe in the air around it. You are drawn to it too, I see. It found me during my rite of proving as I scavenged for creatures of power. I sapped at my spirit when I first recovered it, but I came to appreciate its strange nourishment with time. It is almost yours. May it mark the start of your journey and the end. Still holding the pocket watch in one hand, he clambers atop the pyre and raises his scroll. He begins to chant. We'll say nothing. The wind picks up swirling sea spray around the altar. A cold blue flame rises from the sodden wood at his feet. Saying nothing. The freezing blaze climbs his legs. His chanting continues, no pain detectable in his voice. He lifts his arms skyward. Seconds later, the inferno engulfs him. It rages for a moment, then abruptly dies away. A cold mist pulls around the floor of the temple briefly before the wind sweeps it into the sea. No trace of the fanatic remains. Inspect the pyre. Yoink. So this fanatic kind of reminds me a little bit of The Fisherman by John Langan. And that if this guy actually wanted some powerful beast to control. They should have sought out the Leviathan. That book has helped me a lot on my journey here. I know how to fish, I know how to deal with magic. I know not to befriend people for fishing purposes, because they'll stab me in the back. Almost literally. Anyway, ancient lighthouse, here we go. Let's see what's inside. The fused tablet clicks into place and the door rumbles before sliding aside. Step inside. You step through the doorway of the ancient lighthouse. The stairway to the top has collapsed. This is as far as you're going to get. Around you are a number of dusty objects. Some of them look valuable. That's kind of hoping for more. Ruby ring, flame of the sky. Where does this go? Oh, is that a light? Oh, here we go. An altar breaks through the waves at the base of the cliff. 3 crab-like creatures are carved into it. The largest is covered in rocks and other strange shapes. Alright, so I think we need one of the big crabs and 2 of the small ones? The 3 crabs shudder, legs clicking into strange angles. Though long dead, some unseen power commands their corpses into action. Whoa. The crabs scuttle over the altar, disappearing into cracks in the stone. Suddenly the rock splits in 2, revealing a sunken chamber at its core. A formidable cage with a vast gaping maw, sure to swallow up anything unlucky to stumble into it. Man, I should have done that before. It looks sick. Oh, wow. A traitorous device crafted in the deep. It will raise its kindred to the light. That's pretty cool. Okay, it'll let you do anyone. Awesome. But a new rod. Yes. I'll have to hold on to that one. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. What is this? Sinew spindle. A handline reel wrapped in a length of stretchy sinew. One end is grafted to a crude bone hook. That seems pretty basic. But who knows? Maybe I can equip them all and become horrifying. Woohoo! That's alright. Okay, here we go. Take this out. You climb the broken steps to the old mansion, the waves swelling and crashing against the basalt columns that surround you. You pause before crossing the threshold. He approaches, drawing closer with an incessant ticking. You have the pocket watch. You take out the watch. Its once frozen hands are now inexplicably twitching in a rhythmic struggle. Trying but failing to move forwards, you place it in front of the collector. Though it has been some decades since I last laid eyes upon this, the sound of its mechanisms has grown no less unpleasant. And with that, our collection is complete. I must admit, I am surprised. I did not think you had the determination for such a job. Now, with these 5 relics in our possession, only one thing remains. I suspect you know by now. Know what? It will become apparent soon enough. We must make one final voyage. This time, I will be with you. The relics are coming with us. We should wait for the fog to thicken. With luck, the seas will remain unaware of our intentions. And this guy's crazy. What's he gonna make me do? Oh, I'm excited for this. Now, our destination is the open expanse to the west of Great Marrow. It's marked on the map. We must not tarry. On the open waters, not with such a significant cargo. Make haste. Away we go! Woohoo! No! Oh. No more damage? That's a shame. Is this where I keep hearing the groaning coming from? This is the place. This is where she was taken from us, and where we can at last bring her back. Only here, and only because of what we've achieved. He opens the book and begins to read aloud. To release a lost one, frozen in time. He throws the pocket watch overboard. And tethered by chains in the deep, he throws the necklace overboard. Bind them to this world once more. He throws the ring overboard. Upon the door to the starry heavens. He slots the key into the lock of the music box and lay the weary world to rest. He throws the music box overboard, its key left unturned. Fisherman, it's time to go! Oh dear. Oh man, this is a lot like the fisherman now. In search of lost loved ones, we doom ourselves to abominations rising from the deep. That is so cool. That is so cool. Oh man, what a game. I know there's another... Ooh. Ah, look! One of my little crab pots. I know there's another ending, so I'll just get into that in a sec. But that was a really cool game. And we've left the town in ruins. Well, too bad. Can we save everyone now? What is it? What do you know about the old mayor of Little Marrow? I try not to think about him. It's a painful memory for us all. Some nights I still think I can hear the hum of his engine sailing past the bay. But I know he's gone, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. Yes, this seems right. You undock next to an old rowboat. Somebody's here. He's hunched over by the campfire, muttering to himself. You cautiously approach. Did you throw it back? What? The book! I think you've mistaken me for someone else. I'm not seeing things. It's really you, isn't it? Who do you think I am? He turns away, wringing his hands. He speaks to the fire. It was him. Him and his damned wife. They dredged up that old book. But something cloaked in fog followed it out. Right through the boat. Boom! The man makes crude explosion noises and motions wide with his hands, still talking to the fire, as though pantomiming a story to a child. It spoke. It said it was coming for our breath, that we wouldn't be needing it soon, and then darkness crashed down. An age later, some of us washed up on the shore, and him still clutching that book. Throw it back, we cried. As the fog rolled ashore, we thought, surely it can still be undone. What book? Silver and crimson, the book covered in her blood. Not making any sense. Throw it back! The man closes his eyes tight as he holds back his tears. His voice falls to a whisper. Please, the lighthouse keeper. She saw. She knows. What does the lighthouse keeper have to do with this? She saw it all that ruinous day. Ask her, beg her, tell her I. Trails off, his face collapsing in sorrow. Alright. What do you know about the Silver and Crimson book? She shudders at the very mention of the book. You're really asking me? After all this time? You know it must be returned. She looks at you with deep pity. You have to move on. For her sake as well as yours. Take control. Be rid of that thing once and for all. Am I the collector? Trying to summon my lost love back? So I said I knew about the ending, the two endings, but I don't know anything like really about them. Alright, let's see if this works. He approaches, drawing closer with an incessant ticking of the pocket watch. Place it in front of the collector. And our collection is complete. Tell me more about that book of yours. Which book? This one here? With a wry grin, he pulls a dusty tome from the nearest shelf and glances at the cover. There's really not much to be said of histories of the Grey Isles. It's quite a chore. Don't play dumb. You know which book I mean. Play dumb. Your hypocrisy is wearying. I suppose we must go through this rigmarole yet again. The Book of the Deep appears in his hands, sheathed in its sturdy crimson jacket. Go ahead. Ask us. Where did you get it? Sparkling dust motes hang in the air between you. Don't you remember? You were there. The air around the book begins to pulse rhythmically like a quickening heartbeat. So is she. Who? You wanted to forget. Begged me. The room bristles. This is what you asked for. Give me the book. You won't change a thing. The book is ours. Step closer. You take a step closer through the crackling room. The collector lurches forwards in response. What can you possibly hope to achieve? Take the book. You strike out with your right fist, punching hard into the jaw of the collector. His face shatters and falls to the ground. You're pathetic. The Book of the Deep is in your hands. Understand this plainly before you sink us into despair. I know how to bring her back. It's all right there on the pages. I know you've seen its power firsthand. We wield the power to release her from her slumber, find her last relic, and we can undo everything. Undo what you did. Nope. It was my reflection all along. Oh, this game is just so... Oh, I love this game. The Lighthouse Keeper. What is it? I have the book. You've had it this whole time, have you not? It doesn't matter. Make the most of this window of lucidity. Now is the time to act. You still remember where it happened? In that gloomy darkness behind the bay? When you are ready, I'll point the way. I am ready. Yes. Yes. We must wait until night is thickest, until the ocean is as it was all those years ago. It's time. I'll point the way. Follow my light. Go and do what's right. For her. Throw it back. You got a boss. Oh. Throw it back. The book struggles in your grasp, its weight somehow shifting from side to side. Silver ribbons flail pathetically against your fingers. Throw it back. You hold it high above your head. A low groan rumbles from the book, echoed by another one from the depths. Throw it back! You throw it into the foaming river. Or water. Plop. Oh no! The Leviathan. I suppose that's the only way it should have ended. You know, speaking from those two endings, both of them were pretty good, I reckon, in my opinion. The first one, obviously, we continue our delusion and assist the collector, which is actually us, and resurrect our lost love, whose messages in the bottles this story has been telling is actually about us. When we resurrect her, it's obviously the key to unleashing some ancient horror lurking underwater, and by completing the ritual it breaks free and it just does what it does. Now the second ending, where we throw back the book, we manage to break free of our delusion, we managed to break free of the power of the book, and then the giant fish I don't know what to call it. I've seen it a couple of times as I've been driving around in the boat. It eventually consumes us. Now, if that's the book and the Eldritch being punishing us, or it's just the way of the sea, we'll never know. But I think it was good to end it like that, because without the book, there was always us that were going to perhaps relapse and try and recover the book again, which I'm guessing, given some of the dialogue that happened just before we ended it, we have tried many times to accomplish this. Many times, several times, whatever. So by throwing the book back, we release its hold on us, but then there is always still going to be that longing to see our loved one that we lost. And now with us dead, eaten by the creature, we're no longer a threat. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. Let me know how you found the game. This has been I Say Cosm. Stay tuned for more Cosmic Horror video games. Thanks for watching.